40 years. Bimmy is the CI they described in this search warrant affidavit and lies that 2 people were kidnapped and beaten in near death. It was a lie. When they did the search, no evidence of a kidnapping existed. This is what informants do. They lie. And the police and prosecutors don't care. They just want to win no matter.
Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform. We got some bombshell news recently, a couple of days ago, in the urban hip-hop community. Former New York drug kingpin Supreme Mcgriff allegedly confirmed Bimmy Anthony of Snitch rumors. Man, y'all got to get in the comments and let me know, what do y'all think about this? Is this a big deal to y'all? I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. Some people are saying this is not a big deal. This is kind of a big deal. I mean, when you look at the history of this whole situation, the history of hip-hop, where all of this stuff kind of generated from, this is a big deal, man. Now, legendary Queens, New York drug kingpin Kenneth Supreme Mcgriff says that one of his longtime drug runners, Bimmy Anthony, has been a confidential informant for about 40 years. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. Somebody involved with people this dangerous, somebody involved with people with this much street knowledge has been a confidential informant for 40 years. Now, don't get me wrong. The rumors and the hearsay around Bimmy telling is not new. A lot of people have been accusing him of telling because of there's an indictment and there's somebody with the name Music in the indictment. It's a confidential informant. They use the nickname Music. Bimmy is somebody who was in the music industry. So a lot of people said that confidential informant that they named Music was Bimmy. So these allegations have been around for a while. I'm not saying that these allegations are new, but none of these allegations have been able to stick. All right, none of them has been able to stick. But hearing this from Supreme's mouth is what is causing a lot of the shock value, because we've never heard that before. I remember when the second got in command to the Supreme team, when Prince was let out of prison, a lot of people said, we're going to see if Bimmy told, because when Prince gets out, he's going to let us know. When Prince was released, I didn't see him speak on Bimmy. I didn't hear anything about him saying that Bimmy told. So it was cool. Nobody said anything about it. But recently, with the release of this documentary, it's a documentary called The Supreme Truth. A lot of people are buying this documentary. Y'all can go check it out. It seems like it's a good documentary. Supreme Mcgriff himself says that Bimmy is a confidential informant. Now, Bimmy was immediately asked about this. He immediately went on live to address it, and that is something that I got to salute him for. Throughout all these snitch and rat allegations, he has been a stand-up guy. He's not running. He's not answering his FaceTime. Anytime somebody wants to go live with him for him to discuss it, he does do that now. When he went live with Mcgriff TV to discuss it, he basically said Supreme Mcgriff is saying that he's a rat to hurt Bimmy's legacy. Now, you would think, why would he want to hurt Bimmy's legacy? Bimmy was seemingly the third person in charge. He was third in rank for the Supreme team. So it was allegedly Supreme Mcgriff was 1, Prince was 2, and Bimmy was number 3. Why would he want to ruin the legacy of the number 3 person in his operation? Allegedly, Supreme is still upset about Bimmy rocking with 50 Cent. Now, if you know, Supreme Mcgriff and 50 Cent have a legendary beef. One of the G-Unit goons, Bangum Smurf, was, famously known for running down on Supreme Mcgriff and, just shooting at a lot of Supreme Mcgriff goons. He was somebody who wasn't really scared of Supreme Mcgriff. If you don't know the story of Bangum Smurf, look him up. But he's somebody who was heavily involved with shooting at the Supreme team. And he was just one of the younger people who was running with 50 who wasn't scared, because from what I heard, everybody in Queens was basically scared of Supreme, all right? Even people who didn't like him, people who wasn't cool with him, everybody kind of just let him have his way because they were scared of him. If you did wrong by Supreme, then you would die. So Bangum Smurf and 50 Cent was one of the first 2 people to kind of stand up to Supreme in Queens. Now, Supreme was allegedly the guy who paid the dude Hamo to shoot 50 Cent. We don't know if this is true. This is all alleged. But 50 Cent himself does say that Supreme has something to do with him being shot. The infamous times that 50 got shot 9 times. Now, of course, during this beef, Bimmy was not rocking with 50 Cent. They was enemies just how Supreme and 50 was enemies. But after Supreme went to prison, after he was in prison for 10, 12, 15 years, Bimmy started rocking with 50 Cent. He started going to G-Unit shows. They seen him linking up with 50 Cent. This made a lot of people who fuck with the Supreme team upset. All right, because that is 50 Cent's number one enemy. 50 Cent is Supreme number one enemy. So they felt like that was betrayal on Bimmy's part for him to be rocking with 50 Cent. Is this the reason that Supreme Mcgriff is calling Bimmy a confidential informant? Not only is he saying he a confidential informant, but he's saying he's been a confidential informant for 40 years. Let me know what y'all think about that. The DVD basically breaks it down. The movie breaks everything down, man. Now, it's a YouTuber named Zip with the Drip who's been saying this for a long time, that Bimmy cooperated with the police to get some of his early charges that he later beat erased. Zip with the Drip has been saying that Bimmy is music from all these indictments. And like I said, there's been pushback for these claims from Bimmy since, they first surfaced. I remember he went on the Math Hoffa show and he broke it down again why people are saying this. Again, when he went to the Math Hoffa show, Supreme hadn't said that. We hadn't heard that from Supreme saying it, that Bimmy was a confidential informant. But this right here with Supreme coming out and saying this in this documentary, The Supreme Truth, it's kind of got the internet on fire. It went viral. A lot of people, and that's why I brought up Zip with the Drip, a lot of people like Zip with the Drip are basically saying, look, I told you so. I've been telling you this dude was a rat. I've been telling you this dude was telling. I've been telling y'all he was a confidential informant. Zip with the Drip is somebody from Queens. He did a lot of time for a murder, so he know what's going on in the prison system. He's been in the prison system a long time. He knows what real paperwork looks like. He knows what fake paperwork looks like. So that was one of the YouTubers who was kind of spearheading the whole Bimmy is a rat thing. Am I saying that Bimmy is a rat? No, I don't know. But again, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on none of the snitching stuff. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a street nigga. I don't know the rules to this. I'm a YouTuber who covers the urban hip hop space. So none of these rules are anything that I agree or disagree with. This is a world that I just report the facts to y'all. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Did y'all watch The Supreme Truth? How did y'all feel when Supreme Mcgriff himself said that Bimmy has been a confidential informant for over 40 years? I'm not sure if Prince has second this. I don't know if Prince has stamped this and agreed with it. Y'all got to get in the comments and let me know, man. Bimmy has been fighting these snitch allegation rumors for a long time. He is a Queens legend. A lot of people look up to him. It's Waka Flocka's uncle. His sister is Deb Anthony, who is Waka Flocka's mom. So, they are hip-hop royalty to an extent. But these allegations been following Bimmy for a long time, man. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, man. Who do y'all believe, Supreme Mcgriff or Bimmy, man? Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. I'm going to see y'all in the next episode. Peace.